Who would be? He thought 3,600 years ago. Earth had a being almost like a god. He was Apocalypse, the oldest mutant, with power to destroy everything. He easily ruled all of Egypt, became the highest king. But even with great power, Apocalypse couldn't escape death. To live forever, whenever his body weakened, he sought a new vessel to be reborn. This time his guards found him a perfect body, a young one with self-healing powers, so their master could truly live forever. At the lead horseman's order, slaves outside the pyramid pulled ropes hard, lifted the 4 heavy curtains at the top. In an instant, bright sunlight poured down the rune-covered passage, pushed by ancient spells. All sacred energy gathered around Apocalypse. His body slowly rose, but just as his soul was about to leave, soldiers outside the pyramid suddenly rebelled. They seen through Apocalypse's false god disguise, refused to be enslaved for generations, so they smashed the supports holding the massive boulder, sent it rolling down the chute into the pyramid. At the same time, soldiers inside joined them, sealed the exit tight. The chief horseman flew into a rage, struck from midair, turned 2 soldiers to skeletons with 1 blow. Other soldiers rushed forward, but the chief horseman unleashed his power, burned them all to red-hot cinders. Under the boulder's impact, the pyramid began to crumble. The altar inside shook violently, but Apocalypse's 4 horsemen stood their ground. The soul transfer had reached its final stage. Then the boulder arrived, smashed the last pillar of the altar. Just before being buried, 1 horseman used all her strength, transferred Apocalypse's armor onto the new body, wrapped it in a protective shield with her power. The next second she was crushed by falling boulders. In her final moments, she still used remaining energy to shield Apocalypse from stones. Until everything went quiet, she closed her eyes forever. But without the ritual's last step, Apocalypse was trapped, buried in darkness for millennia. Thousands of years later, a group of Apocalypse's followers found the site, chanting spells at the altar. A ray of sunlight slipped through the opening, unexpectedly finishing the ritual. The next second, Apocalypse opened his eyes, remembering the betrayal 3,000 years ago. He burned with anger, gathered his strength, threw off all boulders weighing him down. The whole site turned to dust. Mutants around the world all felt a wave of terrifying power.